Welcome back to Security in 60 Seconds, the game show where GuidePoint Security's experts have 60 seconds to answer questions about their area of security expertise in exchange for fabulous prizes. I'm your host, Tristan Morris, and today's guest, returning for another shot at our prize pool, is James Hauswirth, Privileged Access Management Lead at GuidePoint Security. James, since this is clearly an entirely new day, how are you doing now?
Fantastic. Ready to win more money.
Last time, James really cleared us out, so today James will be competing to win whatever's in my nephew's piggy bank and a trip to wherever my airline miles can get him. James, are you ready?
Absolutely.
Your first question with 60 seconds on the clock is, where's the best place to start when implementing privileged access management? 60 seconds and go.
So really where a customer needs to start when they're looking at privileged access and building out a program is to really define what their use cases are and what their goals are. Those goals have to be realistic based off of resources they currently have available, and then obviously budget to bring in additional resources like, our practice. Defining your use cases and mapping out your goals is really what's going to help you pick the platform or tool that you're going to use in order to be able to facilitate that journey.
Great answer, James. And feel free to run down the clock a little more if you want to. You had 30 seconds remaining and you're welcome to use all of it. Your second question with 60 seconds on the clock is, what's the best way to onboard my users when implementing privileged access management?
So obviously you have to take an empathy approach when it comes to onboarding these new users, right? You have to come up with a way to help to introduce them to PAM in a way that allows them to work with the platform in a safe manner with the least amount of risk towards an outage, right? So from a technical perspective, we'd be looking at onboarding those users, admin credentials or privileged credentials to the platform statically, i.e. in a manner that doesn't require cycling when those credentials are being checked in and checked out, in order to give them an opportunity to get used to the UI first, but also to ensure that those credentials aren't being cycled in a manner that's unexpected by the user, just in case in their environment those credentials are maybe possibly being used in a fashion that would normally require a service account, which is very, very common in customer environments.
An excellent answer, and you just managed to beat the timer there with only seconds remaining. James, your third question is, what is the biggest risk when implementing or scaling privileged access management? You have 60 seconds, go.
Sure. So this is related to, the previous answer, right? Is one of the biggest risks to PAM and your program, user adoption, the whole 9 yards is causing an outage. Through the PAM lens, the PAM context, 9 times out of 10, if you cause an outage, it's because you cycled a credential in a manner that wasn't maybe necessarily in line with the way an application is configured. Or again, if a user leverages their privileged account as a service account and that credential gets cycled, obviously that's going to cause an outage, or very well could, right? So the biggest risk to your PAM program is going to be causing outages due to, unscheduled or unexpected credential cycling events.
A fantastic answer as usual, James. And your final blitz round question with 30 seconds on the clock. James, your answer here holds the power to ruin my nephew's financial future and keep me from making it home for my parents' anniversary. Are you ready?
Sure.
Fantastic. Most people have the ability to distinguish between fiction and reality, but that's not always true for everyone. What fictional character is believed to be real by more than 25% of Americans?
Santa Claus.
Oh, James, I'm so sorry. That is not the answer. No second chances this time. I love my nephew too much to risk it. Well, everyone, thanks so much for joining us for Security in 60 Seconds from GuidePoint Security. I've been your host, Tristan Morris, and we'll see you next time.